Let's see if this is going to work today. Um, I haven't used my green screen in forever, so we're going to, let me see. Need to make sure that all of this is. Ah! How did I know that was going to go off? Yeah, that's my little Pomodoro thing. All right, so let's get this started. I, for those of you all who do not know me, my name is Michelle. I don't know why my voice is raspy this morning, but it is. The weather is crazy here. Um, I'm Michelle, and I am generally known in the education community as the Ignited Teacher. So it feels good to actually use my name. And I'm very excited about, hosting this live stream and really just doing something actually different here in the business community. I started launching in my business, oh Lord, I think it's been about 5 years now. And it has been a journey. I know what it's like to actually have to, you know, find different people. This coach didn't work for you. And me and Sonia, we talk about that all of the time. So today I just wanted to pop on here live and talk a bit about what is launching. And I'm going to be honest with you. Launching is something that when I first started, my story was I started an educational consultant. So I started out hosting workshops in person, but then Hurricane Harvey hit, and I had a tree fall on a house on my house, and it just took me out of commission. Like I was displaced for like probably about 6 months, or a little under 6 months, and I ended up moving my business online. And I know some of you are going to say, you pay that amount of money. Well, there was one of the gurus at the time. She was launching this new product called the Accelerator. And I paid $10,000 to be in that program. And I learned a lot. Don't get me wrong. I have no regrets for investing because the person that you see today is the person who learned a lot of those things, but I've changed over time. One of the things that I hated about online business was launching. They made it this long, arduous thing where you had to do all this pre launch content and do all these things. And it was just complicated, this long sales page. And, just I hated, like, it gave me anxiety to actually um, be or relaunch or launch my product. And when I'm talking about launching, because I wanted to talk about what is launching, launching is the act of online selling. So if you're launching a product, just like with any movie or anything like that, you're launching a product, you do like advertisement before the actual day it becomes available. So that's what launching is. It's just selling online. And we it just got to the point where it was crazy. So I want to share my journey, and as I look back at these, it was just crazy. So I'm going to share and talk about what my launches looked like 4 years ago. Yep, I see it, 4 years ago. So let me try to get this into view. So some of these, like, it was crazy. You see my face here. That was 4 years ago. Before you see these lives and all of that, um, let me see. Uh, I just was going Hurricane Harvey. That was 5 years ago. So it started here. And I was just really struggling. So um, I started with a classroom management course. So this is one of them. You can hear, let me see. That's, and look, I didn't even have a background. I was just in an empty room. And I think at the time I had just gotten my house done. As you can see, I definitely had more weight at the time. So that was one of them, which is crazy. Um, so I've grown since then. Let me see. And that was one of them. 3 reasons why you need something about classroom management. Um, Here's another one. So, so the funny thing about this, in my launches, in the program that I learned, it was like 5 days of just constantly talking, whether anybody showed up or not. Like, it was crazy. And it just, and I teach math, so logically it did not make sense. So what I started doing over the course of time is changing my launches. And I have tried several different ways of launching and selling my products. So this was just one of them. And let me see. Let me go back to that. So that's me. That's one of them. So that was day one. Do you have that one class? So here's another one. As you can see, but look at all the stuff in the background. It looks crazy and I'm laughing. This is what I used to do when I launched. I had no one telling me that, hey, you need to clean up your background. Nobody told me anything. Like, they didn't tell me you need to, like, I just used to get on there and go for what I knew. And selling online is about presentation. And launching your products is definitely about presentation and showing up and actually um, being consistent. And those are the things that I learned. But more importantly, what I learned and changed over the years with my launches is that I needed to build an audience first. So I have over, I guess, 5 years, I've had 5 to 6,000 people on my list, email list. If you don't have an email list, that's very important. You need an email list. I can tell you a friend of mine, her Facebook page got disabled. She had to rely on her email list. So if you don't have an email list, social media will not save you. And I'm pretty sure as a business owner or even as a new business owner, you've heard about um, stars and rappers getting their accounts disabled. So launching is, I mean, you have to have an audience. But more importantly, what has changed since I was in that when I first launched my business, I no longer even sell the classroom management course as my signature course anymore. I actually sell, I have a membership now, so things have changed a lot. So I'm constantly launching and relaunching. But what I do now is I host virtual workshops. And it's a low cost entry point. And launching that first, creating that audience, building that email list, and actually being able to pay for paid advertising. I know that a lot of people are like, well, I don't do Facebook ads, but there are different ways of getting your audience. And then, over this week, I'll talk about the customer journey, which is a part of launching because that's that pre-launch content. You have to make people that are aware that something is happening. And then they subscribe if you have a lead magnet or if you're selling, they convert. But it's easier to launch and sell to a warm audience than it is to an actual cold audience. We're talking about warm audience, people who are on social media. And contrary to popular belief, social media does not convert as well as an email list. I know all the fanfare and people say that it does, but it does not. Your email list, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I had to flip my thinking to basically realize that email lists are the way to go. And I constantly try to build mine. But with launching, you have to know that there are three parts. Really, there's the pre-launch, the launch, and then there's that sales sequence. So what I have done is change the way that I actually launch mine is that pre-launch, I do the content, but I go ahead and use an actual um, virtual workshop to get people more invested instead of doing some. I still do webinars, but I don't do them as often as I used to. I've moved to more of a paid platform to launch my paid products. So if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section. I wanted to just pop on here for about 15 minutes and give you all that. And I hate when I say yeah, because this is a new. I've gone back to my old days where I use virtual, the green screen, because this is a green screen. And so I'm just gonna hop on off of here. If you have any questions about launching, I'll be on here this week talking about launching and what virtual workshops do and my actual teach method. So I'll see you all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yes, tomorrow at noon at the same time. And I'll come on and I'll be talking about my teach method and how I use my degree, which is in education, to actually create engaging workshops. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been to some boring business workshops and I just don't understand if that is the criteria for being a business owner is just boredom. Like, yeah, I it's now you have to have some engagement because you have different type of learners and I'll talk about that tomorrow. So see you all tomorrow in my next live stream. Bye bye.